Amazing games that everyone should play at least once in life. Like the video, subscribe for more, and let's go.
Whither do they call to me?
The tarnished will soon return, guided by grace. Once lost, order is broken to its core.
Elden Ring is the definitive Souls-like experience, set in a huge and immersive open world, with an immense lore, challenging bosses, and impressive scenarios. The game was developed by From Software and released in 2022 to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, and PC, and in that year it won the Game of the Year award on the Game Awards, and it's going to be released on Nintendo Switch too. If you've never played Souls-like, know that it's an action RPG, but with some specific features, like a bonfire, Souls mechanic, that's a sort of money, hard bosses, and much more. And Elden Ring is the biggest one so far, and the best one to start if you've never played none before. In 2024 the game received a great expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree, with over than 20 hours of content, even harder bosses and enemies, and a new map, weapons, and much more, so you should play it.
I command thee now!
Once we were many. Now we are few. Hunters, killers of the world's filth. Witchers, the ultimate killing machines. Among us, a legend. The one they call Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf.
The Witcher 3 is a huge and complex third-person action RPG, with a great story mode, and even better DLCs, with an extra game mode inside the game, called Gwent, a very fun card game. It was developed by CD Projekt Red, and released in 2015, to Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and in 2022 received the free upgrade to the new generation, and is now also available on Nintendo Switch. It's all set in a huge open map, with an amazing freedom to choose what to do, and how to do, with a lot of different endings, and ways to deal with the characters. That's the type of game that everyone should play at least once. Despite it has some problems, it's still one of the best games ever made.
Will bring devastation. Each choice will lead to a greater evil.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the biggest adventure of Zelda's series. The game is set in a huge open world, with infinite possibilities and a good story. The game was developed by Nintendo, and released in 2023 to Nintendo Switch, and so far it's exclusive of that console. What's bad for a side, cause it's a weak console. But Nintendo announced that there will be a better version on Nintendo Switch too, and it shall run really better there. The game follows Link, a young warrior that's usually searching a way to save the Princess Zelda, and here it's not much different. But this game is impressive in its details, with a huge open map, and infinite things to do, and imagine that everything in this game can be done in a different way, and no, the game won't show you the way, just give the tools. This is the sequel of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I'd say it's not so required to play Breath of the Wild first. This one is bigger, and greater than the first in this style, so, you must play it.
Link.
You should never have come. You're only going to make things worse for everyone.
No. She chose to come. I didn't make the rules between you two.
You're fighting to change things.
For those who come after.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is simply one of the best games ever created, and it's insane thinking that the studio that developed is a small studio, with less than 40 developers working. The studio is Sandfall Interactive, a new French studio, and it was their first video game, and they released a masterpiece as their first project. It was released in April of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Windows, and is a big nominee for the Game of the Year of 2025. The game is an immense and complex RPG. Its combat is in a turn-based style, but you that don't like this kind of combat, give it a try. It's the most dynamic and playable game in this style. By playable I mean, it's not just choose what to do and wait. You've got to press the buttons in the right time for more damage. You can dodge, parry, or use different defensive mechanics for each enemy strike. So many Souls-like fans are loving this game, because as I said, it's a true RPG experience, with an amazing story and storytelling, one of the best soundtracks ever created, and a game with more than 50 hours of content of pure quality. So I tell you, play 1 hour, and it'll get you hooked already, I assure you.
Who are you?
I know it seems absurd to offer oblivion as recompense, but
She'll never paint again.
Nothing more you could have done.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you are gonna get yourself warm. Now, I sent John and Mike scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're gonna ride out, see if we can find one of them.
And this?
Just for a short bit.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is an amazing and realistic experience on the American West of the ending of the 18th century, with an impressive open world and story. The game was developed by Rockstar Game and released in 2018 to Xbox One and PS4, and later to PC, and so far it didn't get an upgrade to the new generation, but works better on Series X or One X. The missions of this game are all unique, with an unbelievable character development through the story, and set in one of the most realistic open worlds the video games has ever seen. In case you enjoy the experience this game gives you, you can easily spend over 100 hours only on the single-player mode trying to get everything. That's hard, but this game deserves.
Sales. We coat everything in moonshine, and then we light things up with these little fellers here. Thankfully, it ain't rained, and that old barn over there should go up like a torch.
Oh, there do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me.
That bow's a little big for you, isn't it?
My mother made it for me. Said I'd grow into it.
find your way home.
God of War 2018 is the returning of Kratos to the video games after a long time. The game was developed by Santa Monica and released in 2018 to PlayStation 4 and later to PlayStation 5 and Windows. Even got the Game of the Year award that year. But for me, Red Dead Redemption 2 still deserved more. But despite it, God of War is an amazing action-adventure game experience with many RPG mechanics, like levels, armors, items, and much more. This is the first Kratos' game outside of his original mythology, and he's now in the Norse mythology, with new gods, places, characters, and much more. The game itself is totally different of the classic games. Kratos is no longer the most brutal thing in the universe. He's older now, wiser, and that's really interesting to see this side of him. But if you played now, he's still really brutal, but in specific moments. The combat of the game is really fun, kind of inspired in Souls-like games, with nice boss fights, great soundtrack, and a very good storyline, getting you hooked right in the start.
But only when tempered by this. By the discipline, the self-control of the one who wields it.
Open the door! We need your help!
This is no ordinary illness. The boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him.
So I'm a man now. Like you?
No. We are not men. We are more than that.
Super Mario Odyssey is one of the best 3D platformer games ever created. It was developed by Nintendo and released in 2017 to Nintendo Switch. Its style is kinda inspired in classic games of Nintendo 64, like Mario 64 itself, or Banjo-Kazooie. It's set in a lot of different levels with different goals. You gotta collect moons to proceed to the next level, that way reaching the end of the game. The gameplay is fluid and extremely good, and as in any other Mario game, you got different powers, and here you got a special cap that is the second character if you play co-op with a friend, and this cap gives you the possibility to take control of other things. What makes the gameplay even better and unique? The graphics of this game is not realistic but extremely beautiful and charismatic, each level with different environments and landscapes, giving you a riveting experience.
The year is 2077. An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last great megalopolises. A hub amassing the best in resources and know-how, and home to manufacturers of cutting-edge technologies, Night City continues to offer the promise of a
Cyberpunk 2077 is a first-person action RPG in a shooter style. The story of the game is great and immersive, with amazing main and secondary characters and different endings. The game was developed by CD Projekt Red and released in 2020 to Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and in 2022 received the free upgrade to the new generation. And despite its launch wasn't very good, today the game is immensely better. It's set in a steampunk world in a beautiful and nocturnal city with nice missions, with different ways to approach and impressively good secondary stories, even with possible romances like The Witcher 3. In 2023 the game received a DLC with a new map, characters, and even a better story and missions. So you've played the original game, but didn't play the DLC, you should. They added things that the original game was supposed to have at the launch.
People get caught in the crossfire.
Looking for justice. In Night City. I seek revenge. Much more feasible here.
In this world, consumed by never-ending conflict, sometimes only an outsider will get the job done.
Elizabeth tells me you have answers for us. I'm all ears.
And that's you, an urban mercenary, a cyber-enhanced gun for hire.
You seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
I'll tell you a story, true soul. My life was dismantled piece by piece. And when I tried to buy it back, it cost me everything. I must finish what I started. Death's design will be complete.
Baldur's Gate 3 is surely the biggest tactical RPG ever created. It's set in a unique and impressive world with a lot of different scenarios, characters, and possibilities. It's serious. It's scary how insane the game can change if you make a small decision. The game was developed by Larian Studios and released in 2023 to Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, and PC, and the people that knew the series already knew that it'd be a huge game, but the rest of the world didn't know how good and impressive it'd be, and is now remembered as one of the best games ever, and even got the Game of the Year award at the Game Awards. What is so interesting in Baldur's Gate 3, beyond the graphics, gameplay, and scenarios, is the details. It's even hard to believe that a game could have so much possibilities. For example, if you choose to talk or don't talk to an NPC, it could change a huge part of the game, and that's just one example. Everything in this game will change something. That's wonderful, and believe what I say, this game is going to be remembered for more than a decade as a game that a few people believed in, and the whole world got absolutely impressed by its insane quality.
I saved you.
And I'm here to save you again. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god.
The Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself.
Astrobot is not just a 3D platformer game, it's also a true video game tribute with a lot of references to PlayStation and also non-PlayStation games. The game was developed by the studio team Asobi and released in 2024 to PlayStation 5, even got the Game of the Year award in that year, but I don't agree. But it doesn't mean that the game is not good in my opinion. Actually, it's one of the best platformer games released in the last years, and that's why it's in this list. If you start playing video games from Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, or even before, I'm sure you played a lot of platformer games, so this is a game that you must play. It's a tribute to the times when video games were simple in its essence, pure fun, but with a lot of quality, and in that this game is amazing, with an excellent gameplay, insane levels, absurd boss fights, a lot of different mechanics, a great soundtrack, and numerous references to games like God of War, Resident Evil, Crash Bandicoot, and much more. So if you, old school gamer, want to remember what video games were in its essence, this is a game that you gotta play. Like the video, subscribe for more, and so long.
I saved you. And I'm here to save you again.